People don't realise it's that far behind like just a men's Saturday league, like your normal men's Saturday league, isn't it? Where they've got a clubhouse, somewhere to go and train, food after, which you don't usually pay for.
Yeah.
You know, like you just wouldn't. You know, you get your boots paid for, you get your kit.
Yeah.
You know, you get somewhere to shower, you get a bit of a social after. The women's are so much further behind that, aren't they?
Absolutely. Invest in the younger ages, but also invest in the middle bracket of player and things like that, and make sure that they don't almost get left behind or forgotten. It has to kind of happen organically, but you can't force it. You know, it is very difficult because the boom has happened now again. We're not structurally ready for it, I don't think. We see a lot of investment in the WSL, rightly so, top of the game, right? That's where we all aspire to be. But there's Tier 3 football, which is where Exeter City play, that are screaming out for help. You know, ourselves, Plymouth Argyle, and just another local club to talk about, Cheltenham Town, another local, that they are the clubs that need investing in, because they are the ones that are producing Michelle Hagemans. Like, yes, she's an Arsenal product, but she's played in the Tier 3. She knows what the system's like. Beth Mead, Lucy Bronze, they've all played in this pyramid. But this, I almost feel like Tier 3, Northern, Southern, potentially Tier 4 gets a little bit neglected, and we go right in at the top and we go right in at the bottom at Grassroots. That middle bracket is neglected, and companies are great at sponsoring Grassroots and trying to get people into football or into active sport modes and things. But that middle bit where they are good enough to play, they kind of get forgotten about.
And then they'll fall out of the sport.
And then they'll fall out of the sport.
They? So you won't grow.
They'll play walking football, or they'll just play on a Sunday, but they're too good for that, just a Sunday league side. And you know, I'm seeing it already. I'm seeing Tier 4 and Tier 3 clubs get championship players because the cost of living is too much for them to say, yeah, I'll play for a championship club for, let's say, 25 grand a year, which sounds great. But when you actually break that down, like, you can't run a house with that.
You can't live in London or a city like that.
Do you know what I mean? No. So you're seeing those players go and get that wage from a Tier 3 or 4 club that may be independently run, or may have a full club back in, getting 20 grand a year, working full time alongside that. They're earning a lot more money, having a good standard of football, being competitively challenged.
Yeah, being the best player on the pitch.
Being the best player on the pitch. And it's almost like we need to almost help those little ones or those teams and those tiers of football really elevate to the next level. And that's where I'm so passionate about, like, the local businesses can make huge differences. And that's what I mean about the structure and infrastructure. Are we actually set up for this next huge surge that we're going to get?